Howdy folks, this is Checkers, and this is No Man's Sky. A game that has elicited some harsh comments, even for my own videos. But I still enjoy playing it. I've been working on trying to figure it out, so we're back in No Man's Sky again today for our Tuesday travels. And I thought we would go up to my freighter and just kind of take a look at things and talk a little bit about the week ahead and some of the things that, well, I've been through in the week, and maybe even a little bit about the channel, because the channel is dying, and honest, I don't know what to do about it. I really don't. First off, what's coming up in the week ahead? Well, all the usual suspects will be in their usual places, at least hopefully, unlike last week, where the Elder Scrolls Online just couldn't wait for Saturday to come and showed up on Friday. That happened because I used the beta version of YouTube Studio, which they've been trying to force down our throat for at least a year now. Problem is, not everything is the same or works the same. Case in point, the calendar by which I schedule these videos to launch, well, on YouTube Classic, which has been around since I've started doing this, the calendar starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. Which, I have to admit, even when I was a kid, I wondered why it didn't do that in the first place. The new one, however, starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday. So when I put the Elder Scroll Online at the end of the week, well, on the second last slot, it ended up in Friday instead of Saturday. Anyway, long story short, I just didn't pay close enough attention to the calendar. But I also don't really appreciate that the calendar has changed. I don't appreciate a lot of the changes in the YouTube Creator Studio beta. It's harder for me to read. I don't think they understand how far apart information is on a large monitor. My ship is on fire. Why is my ship on fire? Oh, this is my stable of ships. I have 4 exotics and 2 S-classes. Anyway, let's figure out the week before we go further. So on Wednesday we will have Morris going to Oblivion, and he will find some missing folks for the Fighters Guild and work on upgrading Dunbarrow Cove. On Friday, with Fallout New Vegas, we will discover Elijah's Watch, a little bit of the past and future of our Fallout New Vegas adventure. On Saturday, hopefully, we will bring things to a head in the Elder Scrolls Online, and to be honest, I'm not sure how much farther the Elder Scrolls Online will go as a series. We are, for almost all intents and purposes, about to wrap up at least the first major portion of the Elder Scrolls, well, the Elsewhere storyline. And on Sunday, I will make Magencia's mistake and do something to lose an eighth of my progress towards Avatar Hood in Ultima 4. Yeah, it's not pretty. But that's the week ahead. It may not be entirely pretty, but it is interesting. So, that being said, I should say one other thing before I forget. I did go to speak to the surgeon I was supposed to go speak to, and he said that I probably don't need surgery, which is just amazing. Basically, I think the specialist that sent me to him jumped the gun. I don't think he was any more impressed by that than I was. Some people are afraid to handle me. They know that I will black out, and they are so afraid they don't want to deal with me. They want to push me off on someone else as fast as they can, and that is what happened with this surgeon. And the surgeon, although I've been dreading it for months, basically told me that there is very little chance that I need to have surgery, and yeah, so that's just epic. But again, it shows why I'm so excited about the fact that I'm on this waiting list for the medical think tank thing, because general specialists, they just don't like dealing with me. Either they think I'm insane, or they just don't want to tarnish their record, or I don't know. I really, truly don't. But it is heartbreaking and painful, and in this particular case, made me worry about having surgery for months. So, yay for that. Let's see. Let's go in here and see if we can figure out why this ship is burning. If you ever want to see what a ship is like in No Man's Sky without getting into it, you can use your scanner, point at the ship. That is my first exotic, a little S-Class 15 inventory 4 tech slot exotic. I like it because it is so tiny. Look how small this thing. It is the smallest target I have in this game. And you can actually trick it out to be pretty dangerous. This one is also kind of fun. What's it called? Osakud. I call it Oak Bud. Kind of a little more daggery version of that one. This is an S-Class 48 inventory, 8 tech slot hauler. And let's go see why it's burning. Okay, so in the ship we go. Our primary has changed. Sometimes when something isn't quite installed, I've noticed that it will act as if it is on fire. Everything seems to be installed. Well, I guess Star Citizen used to, or at least occasionally does, the same thing in its hangars. Anyway, yeah, so freighter. Freighters are an interesting thing in No Man's Sky. They're basically a mobile base, plus they have inventory and technology of their own. This is mine, and I haven't really built much into it yet because I just got it yesterday. And it does have a little fleet control room, although I don't have anybody out doing anything. You can send fleets out on missions, and I haven't done it in a while, so I'm not really prepared to talk about it too much. I have a save point just so I can save my game and not lose progress. A galactic trading terminal, and that's really about it for now. That's built up. I believe this fellow is the one you talk to plan and dispatch expeditions. And I find the freighter makes a very interesting addition to the game just because you can build it up so much. It doesn't have the inventory that I would expect out of a ship this size. We can go out and take a look at how big that really is. That's an S-Class fighter, 38 inventory, 12 tech slots. Dawn Saber over there is S20 plus 6. Another 20 plus 6. Let's take the little itsy bitsy one out, just for a good look at how big this freighter really is. The Wamezawa of Seoul. I renamed some of them. This one's got such a fascinating name, I haven't changed it yet. So, the freighter has, what, how many slots? Oh. Maybe we can look at it and tell. No, can't do that. Well, it's like 34, I think. That hauler that's on fire has 48 and fits inside a single bay of this ship. I just feel like maybe the freighter should have the most inventory slots of the ships that I own. But what do I know? I mean, you know, maybe the Korvax have like several Olympic-sized oil swimming pools or something that they really need. Yeah. A hostile scan? Oh, whatever will we do? Be still our beating hearts. Oh, pirates, please, please, please. Don't hurt us. That would be so terrible. Oh, let's get away from our... Well, no. Alright, fine. And since we know where you're coming from, let's just leave you presents. Try not to shoot the helpful people. Always remember to pick up the toys they leave if you can. Oh, please, Mr. Pirates, don't hurt me. Whatever would I do? Alrighty. Let's go get those before somebody guns them down. I'm not entirely sure if they can or not. The other people helping you don't really help all that much. Like, you can see this guy is being hit, but he's not taking a whole lot of damage. So it is kind of up to you. Oops, sorry about that. I think I dented someone. Easy. One thing about exotics, they're very maneuverable. And they go in reverse like crazy. Is there anybody left? No. Alrighty then. Let's head back to the freighter. So yeah, you've got freighters, but you've also got... Oh, we gained a rank with the Korvax. You've also got undersea bases now and submarines. I think I mentioned that someone asked me why you would play this. Well, I think for the same reasons you would like building bases in any game. It's basically survival crafting on the fly. And, I mean on the fly in spaceships. You know, you can build on land in your freighter, underwater, and the wiring makes it feel so much like Fallout 4 to me, and I suppose Fallout New Vegas as well, or not New Vegas, 76. Yeah. Alrighty then. Well, on to the final topic of the day. The channel's dying. Well, not dying from my side, at least as far as I can tell, but from the other side, it's not doing so well. I am in the worst shape I've ever been in as a channel, and I'm not entirely sure what to do about it. People have told me various things down through the years, you know, do more varied series. I'm not entirely sure how you achieve that. How do you do more series and yet not abandon them? I like to keep the Let's Plays going until they're complete. I don't always do that because I don't always feel I have a choice. Some of them just do so poorly that I feel like I have to eliminate them. A lot of people are probably staring at the view count of Ultima 4 and wondering why on earth I keep doing that. There doesn't seem to be much interest in it. And I think a lot of that is because Ultima 4 is just so very, very old. But here's the thing. I really do have a plan to keep going through Ultima because I don't think most people understand how amazingly cool Ultima is. I think a lot of younger people probably believe that a lot of things like open world and crafting and all of that came around much more recently. And most of the things that people are still now proud to put on their press releases for games came from Ultima. Day-night cycles, as I said, crafting, open world, moral choices. Ultima manages to have a morality without being preachy, without aligning itself with any sort of pre-existing moral institution. And it's really fascinating. So the reason we're doing Ultima 4 is by the time I get to the more interesting ones, you're going to want to have seen what happened in Ultima 4. And rather than going backwards from a future point, I think it's better to just start there. Ultima 1, 2, and 3, I think, are very interesting for a historical review of gaming, but I don't know that we need to go quite that far. That might be a little too far even for me. And, well, I never owned them or played them. I actually did own Ultima 4, although I started with Ultima 5, so I never actually got back to 4. So this is my first time playing Ultima 4 as well. And believe me, when we get to 5 and the others, it will be just like I've never played them either. My memory isn't doing so well lately. But anyway, Ultima is therefore fairly safe in the upcoming series things, but I don't know what else to do. I can't really buy all the new games and sort of review them. I can't afford that. we are at that point in the channel. As I said, I don't know. I don't understand whether I should terminate existing series and just do limited Let's Plays, like 5-10 episodes, and then switch up with something else. Some people say they want me to do sort of more opinion-based things, like editorials, I guess is what they used to be called, on the state of gaming. That one's a little more challenging for me, in the sense that, well, I could very easily see making them and probably doing quite well as long as I was willing to just be unkind. And that's what I don't want to do. It's too easy, and there is just too much of it on YouTube, on Twitch, in the world today. I don't want to sacrifice having the channel be a nice place to come and visit simply to have it make more money, to do better. Believe me, I would love nothing more than if my channel could support me to the point that I could pay my own bills, that I could take care of myself. You have no idea how much I wish that were true. But I don't want to make it an unkind place. I don't think I've always succeeded in the past, but as I get older and go forward, I just feel like it's more and more necessary for me to stand against that, even if I don't do so well. So with those ideas, those thoughts, those opinions of mine in hand, if you have any idea of what I could do, and if you're thinking streaming is cool, I agree, and we're also getting to the point of the year where it's probably cool enough for me to consider it again, but I will never be able to stream for 4 to 8 hours or more like other streamers. I mean, unless, say, in 2 years that medical think tank finds a way to cure me. But right now, I seem to have about a 45-minute to an hour limit of what I can do, even when I play games on my own. I can play a little longer on my own. I think, oddly, expending the energy to think about what I'm saying, to plan ahead, to try and to be funny when I do, because I actually do enjoy that too, takes a bit more energy out of me, and it's enough to make me have to stop and go lay down. But if you have ideas, I'd love to hear them, because I actually don't keep my finger on the pulse of YouTube or Twitch or, well, the world in general. I lead a pretty sheltered life, so I don't actually have a lot of new ideas on my own. I do actually every once in a while try and go watch someone else's videos, but one of the reasons I made my own channel is I can't handle the loud, and I can't turn it down enough, or I can't hear them, because it literally hurts my ears. Like when I complain about the voices in Fallout New Vegas, I'm not trying to be funny, it really hurts me. So that's one of the reasons I don't watch other channels that much. It's very hard to find one that doesn't hurt. Anyway, I think that'll wrap up our Tuesday travels. I think we've covered just about everything. And I hope you've enjoyed our little visit to No Man's Sky. I've been thinking I might stream a little bit of this or do some videos. I like doing tutorial videos, but nobody really asks many questions these days. I used to get a lot of how do you do this kinds of questions. Most of them now are, uh-oh, a distress signal. Well, we should definitely go figure what that's about. Oh, alright, sure, I missed the distress signal, but maybe we'll figure out where the bad guys are. They sound like they're somewhere. Maybe over there. I see red trails. Alright. They're attacking my frigate? Or freighter? Or they're attacking something in this vicinity? That's not very kind. know that one has the pip on him, but I don't want to shoot the other guys. Gotta always be careful of rounds going down range. Alright. Well, there was that. Look at that. Tuesday travels and excitement all wrapped up into one. And another little pass on the freighter. I would like to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you found the video entertaining and maybe even just a little bit informative. I would like to invite you to subscribe, and thank you kindly if you are already subscribed. I'd also like to invite you to like and share if you so desire. I think you can land on some of these smaller ships too. Most of all though, I would like to ask you to please, look at that, we're landing on the smaller ship. Take care. Traveler entity, the crew has been busy surveying and processing both planetary deposits and local asteroids. The minerals are yours should you want them. Collect cargo? Sure, why not? Magnetized ferrite by 100. Cool. Alrighty, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.